So I was going on a little rabbit hole there. It was getting a little antebellum in there. It was getting a little antebellum there for a second. I'm sorry. So, um, you have more confidence now. You understand your worth. But the reason you did that job in the first place was because it's work that needed to be done. And it's still work that needs to be done, right? And this opportunity is more than the financial benefits to you at this point. Like, little money never hurts, right? As long as it's good money. And if it's money that's like going towards your goals, your dreams, your desires, and what you feel like the collective energy needs, then absolutely why not move forward? And it's like, oh, it's because the energy is so dickish, right? I don't think that necessarily should stop you. I feel like it you need to kind of approach it with a new energy, right? This the artist upright, but the creator in reverse. Yeah. I think your biggest non-negotiable is the way that you move, your energy, right? You don't want to find yourself in a contract that restricts you to a point where you can't um, use the strategies that you know work for you um, to continue to move forward. Artists notoriously have unique schedules, right? They have strange demands. You look at the divas of the industry, right? And it's like, are they a diva, or do they know that if they don't have their peanut covered M&Ms, they won't be able to give you the performance you need? So really be um, aware of your non-negotiables and refuse to negotiate them. However, I feel like there's things that do need to be negotiated here, right? The explorer in reverse and the liberator. Yeah, it's a question of like, where are you doing this work? Because I feel like environment is really important to you. You might have been someone who can only really do stay at home work. Like, you've worked in the office before, you know the vibes. You might be able to do it a couple times a week, but you're like, I absolutely cannot. Or it might be the opposite, that like if you work by yourself alone all the time, you start to lose it a little bit. You start to lose it in ways that everybody notices, right? So it's like, you definitely want to be able to negotiate for the physical environment that best suits you, as well as like the emotional environment and the environments that best allow you to be creative in whatever venture this is. If it's love, the things that make you help you recharge, that like you need your partner to provide for you, even if it's just a space to be silly. Um, if it's friendship, that's the same kind of energy, right? If it's career, knowing what your process is like and also being able to effectively advocate for how long your deliverables are. So if you're doing contractor, you know, I-9 stuff, right? Knowing that, like, I'm not going to agree to a contract where I have to um, have deliverables before I want to say it. Like, even if everybody else takes 3 weeks to do this project, if you know in your heart that's going to take you 12 weeks to do a project that other people take 3 weeks for, but you know that your 12-week project is going to have far more longevity, far more work, far more detail and stuff, ask for the 12 weeks. You should have freedom in your work environment. This whole thing where it's like you feel like you should be shackled down to what everyone tells you to do is I'm gonna tell you what it is. I said the word shackle. Come on. I hate to bring out my my Garfy Lee voice, but thank you so much, Mr. Boss Man. I wanted to break my back 40 hours a week I can barely pay my rent. Thank you so much for this opportunity. No. It is happening on a collective level too, where more people are like, this bullshit. Why the fuck? We keep talking about having collective like strike movements. This is the collective strike movement. People are not applying for jobs that they would not be able to sustain themselves with. People are not continuing work that breaks their backs. People are quitting. People are quiet quitting. And that's why the job market looks as it does. So I feel like that's something to really be mindful of if you're like, man, I feel like I'm not contributing to this social revolution. You are in valuing your work. Um, I love this deck. I love these decks. They're huge, bro. It's like you should get a deck that fits in your hand. No, fuck you. I'll get one from this half. And then I have a lot of odds and ends from decks that I don't have the full version of anymore. But sometimes I'll like to, um, I'll either like mail them out, like when I send letters to like my magic friends, or I'll like kind of just pick from the energy because lately I've been getting off on this energy of like the imperfections of a deck is like more gets it closer to its truer nature. So like I have my uh as above so below deck, right? And I only have like maybe half of them still. So sometimes it'll be, oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? 6-7. 6-7. Yes. Oh, not the kids manifesting transformation. So yeah, the ones that I do have, I feel like they have like a deeper meaning to them. That's a bit of an aside, but like if you fuck with my content, you know I just make asides. Don't be silly. This is what you're here for, baby. Having that mindset goes a real long way when it comes to like doing negotiations because at the same time, like I said, you're interested in this offer because it's an offer that is beneficial to you. So I don't think you're gonna show up and be like, fuck you and your job, right? But I think when it comes to like working with this contract, um it's just you making sure that like um you have what you need so that you can do the job to the best of your ability because it's like you're not doing the job for whoever's hiring you. You're doing this job because you want it to be done in the best way possible. Some amazing shit to say at the interview, by the way. So let's see. Take my time to read these. Oh, excuse me. So we got the Three of Rods. It's also harder. Like sometimes it's like when I read the playing cards, I know like the old heads are like, "Oh, you don't need none of them pictures to distract you." I'm like, I need the pictures to know what they are. I'll get there though. Three of Rods, Seven of Hearts. Although I should be working to transpose it. Seven of Cups. So there's this energy of like you really don't know what's coming towards you here, but you know what's coming. And with the Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, you're ready for it. Uh, yeah, you feel really grounded in this like power that you have of just knowing that what you can give is something that like people look everywhere for. You have that knowledge, that that like very unique I have a I have a unique set of skills that people are dying for. So really, what you need to bear in mind is that although you have the risk-tacularness, you can show up and you're like, yeah, I'm that bitch. I forget I'm on YouTube and I can curse. I'm that bitch, and I am that neighbor. I'm a goofball. You have that like energy of where you can like stand with repose knowing that you can handle every situation and like you're the coolest guy in the room, but you're not approaching the negotiations with that. You need to approach the negotiations with the love you have for the game and make that the number one priority. Make sure that if we're talking about work, make sure that your art, that your craft is pedestalized. If we're talking about interpersonal relationships, you're making sure that your heart is not only safe, but that it has space to expand and grow in the connection. Um, and you approaching this offer is not about like who has the biggest stick in this situation. They make all the rules. It's not like, even though one could argue that your stick is bigger, I'm sure that you wouldn't even be thinking about this offer if you didn't think that the other person had a big stick too. It's going to be a very like evenly matched situation. So you're bringing this King of Rods, King of Pentacles energy. Yeah, he's even in reverse. His little pom pom purring butthole sticking out, right? Because you know that your ego is not the it's not the priority here. It's the expansion of your gifts. It's the expansion of your love. It is the contribution that you're creating that even encouraged you to reach this level of resilience. And so moving forward, you're going to ask for an environment where that growth can continue and you never find yourself in that place where you're burnt out and laid out and undervalued and undernourished because you were unwilling to ask for the things you need in order to grow. That was a good one, bro. That was good. Ooh, heavy in the first half. If you want a personal reading, they range between like 10 to 40 minutes. I like to just really get to the bottom of whatever situation you have, and they're very similar to this. You get a video like this emailed to you or DM to you as an unlisted YouTube link. Um, just hit the link in my bio. I'm working on adding other payment servicers to that link. I just remembered I had to do that. Right now it's just PayPal, but soon it'll be all major credit cards as well. So thank you so much, and good luck with that offer.